Hello, in this video I'm going to show you how to work and calculate percentages in Google Sheets. We will go over 4 different points here. I will explain exactly what a percentage is, how do we store values as a percentage in a spreadsheet like Google Sheets, how can we calculate the percentage of a total value, and how do we calculate the percentage change between two values. Okay, but now, what is a percentage? Because we use percentages all of the time, if you would look to a definition, we could say that a percentage is a relative value indicating 100th part of any quantity. 1% you could translate to percent, symbolizing 1% as it's written here with the percentage sign, being a 100th part, meaning 100% represents the entirety. The whole. So the 1% is 100th part of the entirety. Now let's take a look at the number 40%, which means 40 parts of 100. We could also write it like 40 divided by 100, meaning 40 parts of 100. And if you would calculate that, it will give the value of 0.04. And all these are equal. 40% is equal to 40 parts of 100, written like this, and also written like another numerical value. Okay, now how do we store or enter percentages in the spreadsheet? We can enter the percentages or the values in a different way. The first one is we type, for example, 50% and enter. The spreadsheet will automatically recognize this as being percentage. We can also enter the numerical value of 50% being 0.50, like this. There's one thing that you need to pay attention to, the numerical value. If, for example, would enter 50, like this, and you think that is a percentage, you are wrong, because the spreadsheet actually thinks this is the number 50, and not the value like it's written here, 0.50. Because if you would format these two percentages, I would make of this a percentage, it will show 50%. If I would format 50 to a percentage, you can see it's 100 times as large. So pay attention to that, it's a common error. We also can write 0.50, and if it's entered, we can make that a percentage, 50%. And we can return to the numerical value as we wish. And here also, 50% to the numerical value, 0.50. Okay, now we know how we store and enter percentages in the spreadsheet. Let's go and calculate a percentage now and see how this is done. Let's consider that we have a bank account with $1,265 on it, and that my bank says to me, okay, you will get a yearly interest at the end of the year. How much is it now that I will receive at the end of the year? So I need to calculate the 3.25% of my total sum that I have on my bank account. How do I do that? I go to the field where I want to make the calculation. I type equal, the total amount, the asterisk to multiply, and I select the yearly interest. And I hit enter. And it calculates automatically $41.11 that I will get as a yearly interest being equal to 3.25%. So actually, it's the number multiplied by the percentage. Okay. So here again, 3.25 is translated in a numerical value, and if I would add some of the numbers behind the comma, you can see that this is the real numerical value, and that the percentage is not more than just a visual representation of the numerical value. Okay, let's go to the percentage of a total right now. Imagine that you have your household costs, you put them here in the spreadsheet, and you want to know exactly what the percentage is of the total costs for each and one of the different expenses. The first thing that we need to do, if we want to calculate the percentage of a total, we will need to make the total first, being the sum of all costs. So I will hit here, I can write the sum of these fields, I hit enter, and I get a total of 2,507. Okay, what is now the percentage of the total cost of the rent, of the electricity, the gas, and so on? Well, the formula is quite easy. Equal to the cost of the rent divided by the total. sum of all costs, and it will give me the numerical value automatically. I can click now here and format it as a percentage, so you can see the rent, the 1,200 represents 46% of my total costs. I can do the same for the different household costs which are listed here. I can easily click and drag below. So here, as you can see, the same formula, D8 $300 divided by delta 13 by D13, the field D13 being divided by 2,570, representing 11.6% of the total cost, and so on. So now I have a nice distribution for which I can see, okay, my highest cost is 46%. It's like twice the grocery stores. It's like, and you can see the different percentages. Okay, this is how we calculate the percentage of a total. Now, if I would like to calculate the percentage of a change over time of my costs, how can I do that? For example, the rent has risen to $1,400. Electricity also plus $60. The gas luckily went down with $10. Car payment stayed the same, and the groceries went up with $200. If I want to exactly know what the change is expressed in a percentage between the old figure and the new, how do I do that? So I will actually equal sign. I will take the new price of the rent and I will subtract the old one. I will, of course, put these between brackets and I will divide it by the old cost, and then I will hit enter. And as you can see, the price change of $200 from $1,200 to $1,400 represents a price change of 16.67%. And I can do the same thing again. I will drop down, and here you can see the percentage change of the old costs to the new cost. For example, electricity from 300 to 360 is a rise in 20%. Gas went down with $10. That's a change of minus 8.3%. The car payment stayed the same, so we have 0%, and the groceries went up with $200, so that's 33.3%. And this way we calculate the different percentages. I have here the different formulas. So the percentage change is the new value minus the old value and then divided by the old value. So if you would rework that formula, we would arrive at the new value divided by the old value minus 1. You can type this formula in if you want in the spreadsheet. You will see that it's exactly the same. Now you know what a percentage is, how you enter and store these percentages in the spreadsheet of Google Sheets, how to calculate the percentage, how to calculate the percentage of a total, and how to calculate the percentage of a change. And that's all for now. Thank you for watching.